Hi, I'm Brian, and I love Hallmark spring movies.
I'm Brian, and I like Hallmark spring movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark spring movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, boy.
I got a blizzard on my face.
Blizzard out.
If you were
Hi,
watching
everybody.
Philo, you'd see the blizzard all over his face.
Pure HD 4K.
When the blizzards are 85 cents, they flow like water. You know what I mean?
I said that. You said it. We all
said
it.
it.
Hello,
never
everybody.
said that.
Welcome to another Tuesday edition of Deck the Hallmark. I'm here. Brian is here.
Sure am.
And Dan's back.
Hey,
for another
everybody.
Where
day.
did Dan-
Where did I
No,
go?
just for another day.
Happy belated Dingus Day
Oh,
to both
finally, somebody
We
said it.
found out
of you. Yeah, we did.
mid-Dingus Day
Mid-Dingus
that
Day
the day after Easter
is Dingus Day.
Dingus Day,
Yep.
with a long-standing tradition that we will not get into.
No,
we
but
won't.
there are some Polish goodies
Not my goodies.
that go along with Dingus Day.
And they're delightful.
that
They
were
are.
wonderful.
And they're called Kruschis. What are they called? Shuchkis?
Kruchi?
Kruchkis?
Can you see the box?
Crunchies?
Kruskis.
What are they called? What are they
Krushiki.
called?
Krushiki?
There it is,
No way.
Krushiki.
Krushiki?
There's no way.
I think
it's
that's
Krushiki,
I think that's right.
I think it's Krushkis.
I'm on
It's-
tonight, if
it's
Krushiki don't lie.
Krushiki.
Krushiki,
Krushiki.
Krushiki.
Krushiki. You thought of Shakira. Okay.
Krushiki.
That works. That works real nice.
Thank you.
Krushiki, when you talk like that.
Krushiki goes mad. Krushiki.
Won't go bad around here.
Yeah, we're going hard on the Krushiki. Is what we're trying to say.
They had made a little room for Blizzard, and then back to the Krushikis.
Man.
They fit in anywhere.
they
It's
do,
like just
they
a
do.
nice wafer
It's
type
like
of.
it's just it's like a nothing.
What a wonderful week last week was, huh? Tyler came and joined us, which was a lot of fun.
Fun time.
Hopefully people enjoyed that one, and you can watch it on the Philo as well if you haven't already. People say he's enjoyable to look at, easy on the eyes, but people say the same about us.
That's true. That's true.
So
what do they know?
Just three lookers there
We hear that
on Philo.
We hear that all the time.
All the time.
Let me see. I bet I'm going to look this up real quick. Deck the Hallmark on Apple Podcasts. We asked for reviews, and I bet
We got none.
the most recent one is going to be about how good looking we
How
are.
good looking. Yeah.
This is
You don't
from.
do this unless you've pre-looked at it, right?
No.
This is dangerous.
yeah.
This is from
Krushiki's already, huh?
You've ruined me. I now cannot watch a Hallmark movie without hearing your voices in my head. I just finished watching the newest episode of The Way Home. Can't wait to hear what the boys thought about the kiss. Thanks for the laughs.
Yeah.
Nothing about how good we look.
No one said that.
That's
no.
strange.
Unbelievable.
But I bet if you go through the over 2,000 reviews, there will be one about how good looking we are.
Really?
I don't know. Maybe you could be the first. Maybe you could be the first.
Still
Maybe you
waiting
can
on
leave
it.
us a
Hold your
review.
breath there.
Guys, we really quickly, we mentioned on Friday that we're doing a live show in Kansas City.
yeah.
We are.
And I just want to say, keep your eyes peeled. I think those tickets will go on sale soon.
Soon.
Wow.
So stay tuned to our socials at Hallmark Podcast when we talk about when we're going to be performing live
That's
at
right.
the
It's been a
Record
long
Bar.
time since- At the Record Bar. At the Record Bar.
I don't know. Depends
It's
on
one
who
or
you
the
ask.
other. And then the next day is Christmas Con. So if
Christmas
you're going
Con.
to Christmas Con, you come in Thursday night. You never know who might show
You
up
never
at our
know
live show.
who or whom.
Whom either way. You never know who
I
might
might
show
go.
up.
I might
Brian
go.
Brian
be
might.
there.
Wait for a discount code, but
That's right, yeah.
I'm
We'll see
watching.
what happens.
Eyes
Yeah,
are peeled.
Are you guys ready to talk about the Professional Bridesmaid?
Sure.
Born ready, Brand.
Originally aired on April 8th, 2022.
Yeah, it did not air on 2022.
Man, I'm still in the 22s. 2023, and I
It
want a
is
little
the
something.
Fourth month
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah, I'll get it by the
second
holiday
quarter,
season.
if you will.
Q2 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it by the holiday season.
You know that, though. You're a big tax boy.
I love taxes. And it
Love
went a
big
little
taxes.
something like this. Maggie is a professional bridesmaid.
Oh, that's the name of the movie.
That's the name of the movie. And you might be asking yourself, how is this different than being a wedding planner.
That's what I was asking.
She explains it.
Oh, good.
She's got spas on speed dial.
I saw spas on speed dial live.
Yeah.
How were they?
Oh my goodness, crazy! When they brought out the hot air balloon,
Woo!
You can't
Out
do
of
that
control.
inside
I would have
anymore.
expected them to be more mellow, but you're saying they
No,
were
no, no.
like,
Went the other way?
Oh yeah, bonkers.
wow.
TW bonkers?
No, it's not. Fucking
So
crazy.
that's basically what she does. She's damage control. Her whole job is to make sure the bride is as comfortable as possible.
So wedding planner.
Very different.
Did you hear anything he just said?
It's a wedding planner.
Can I
right?
ask you this? Do you know a wedding planner that has spas on speed dial,
I don't
Dan?
know a wedding planner.
Exactly.
Period. Yeah.
But I bet you if you asked them, they'd say, that's not in my job
Yeah,
description.
they wouldn't do that.
I think you're thinking of a professional
Professional.
bridesmaid.
Must be.
So she's looking to take her business to the next level. She's thinking expansion. She's thinking bridesmaids, extras, going out and doing it. She doesn't always have to be handing out day passes to the zoo to keep the bride at bay. She can send somebody else to do that. Multiple professional bridesmaids. So when the opportunity presents itself to be the professional bridesmaid for the mayor's daughter, guys.
John Mayer's daughter.
No,
Daughter's
the mayor.
good to
Is that what
John
the song's
Mayer.
about?
I guess.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
wow.
It's about John Mayer's daughter finding a professional bridesmaid.
Ugh.
But in this case, it's just the mayor of this town, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but it is a big deal. She's walking on the park one day thinking, just kind of like thinking as you do, and meets a hunk who falls down. That hunk's a journalist and is being put on the wedding beats. Do journalists still get beats?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They still get
Well,
beats?
this one does.
Especially
This one
investigative
is, hey, the mayor's daughter's getting married.
John Mayer's daughter?
John Mayer's daughter.
No, again, no. It's the
Why?
mayor of this town.
Mayor, why?
Crowdy. So his name is Thomas.
Yes, you're married.
His name's
Said
Thomas.
your vows now.
His name's Thomas. He is shocked to see her as the find that she's a part of the wedding party. She's like, I am in it. I am a bridesmaid, an amateur one.
Just a regular
I'm
standard.
a regular
old
standard.
Not for pay.
Now it's important, for reasons we all know,
Yeah.
that it stays under wraps that she's a professional
Yeah.
bridesmaid.
Yeah.
She's just a regular
It's obvious.
amateur bridesmaid that is friends with the bride.
Yeah.
So she has to come up with a cover story.
Maisie.
Wine is what she goes with. Should you go with something that you maybe know a lot about?
I mean,
I
an
would.
amateur would, but a pro?
Yeah.
No.
So she lies a lot about who she is. And on top of that, the mayor's assistant, press
Campaign manager, right?
something, I don't know.
John Mayer's
John
assistant?
Mayer's assistant
Yep. Press campaign manager.
says, "Hey, this reporter, he's here, but I don't want him snooping around because we are in the midst of a special election.
And it's a quagmire too.
So I'm going to need you to distract him. I want him to focus on wedding and also focus on you. Isn't that what a professional bridesmaid does?"
I think
Wedding
so.
And she says, "Your guess is as good as mine. Can I interest you in a spa? I have him on speed dial."
Spot on the line?
So they start hanging out a ton. They're talking about life and whatnot, and it's clear that these two are made for each other. He's trying to find out information about the park where they met the first time. Apparently, the
gonna build some
mayor,
condos.
John Mayer, is considering building his condo on top of the trail.
Whoa.
I know.
Man.
And he won't even come out and play any songs.
No, none.
He won't play
He
a
just
single
wants to build
song.
the condos.
He just wants to build and sit in a condo, music free.
Sheesh.
And so the Thomas is going to try to dig up some information about that. And her job, Maggie, is to keep him from doing that at this point. But she's liking him, and so there's a little bit of a
Oh man.
what do we
tricky.
what do we
Tough
do?
spot to be in. You're a
The
professional
mayor
bridesmaid. Yep.
at one point, Thomas
Rule 1 should be.
Should be you
Never
can't.
fall
Yeah, no,
for
no,
the
no.
press.
Can't fall in love with anybody
can't
in
exactly.
the press when you're
So the mayor one day is Thomas just finds him, runs out right up to him and is like, "Hey, can I get your thoughts on the condo that you're thinking about building on top of the trail? No music allowed." And John Mayer says, "I can't talk about this. I can't talk about this." And no comment. Now you know what he knows about the phrase "no comment" in his line of work is it usually means yes.
It means yes. And Henry is actually the reporter. Got a little correction from producer.
Henry?
The reporter's name is Henry. Thomas is the campaign manager. The mayor's, John Mayer's buddy.
Henry
Great.
Thomas.
Henry Thomas.
Henry Thomas. Same
Henry
guy.
Thomas. Got it. Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
John
I'm
Mayer,
sorry.
as far as I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that.
Guitar Tech, actually. Or former. They kind of had a falling out, but...
So, bad news keeps getting worse over here, everybody, because he overhears Maggie talking about how she's got spas on speed dial. And that can only mean one thing. She's a professional bridesmaid, which means she's been lying this whole time. She doesn't know jack squat about wines. Should she know about wines if she's a professional bridesmaid? Maybe. But she doesn't. So he's like, "I'm going to have to write about this. Dadgummit! You've left me no choice." Except he does have a choice, in fact, and he chooses not to write about it. It's wedding time, and she apologizes for lying the entire movie about who she is. And she says, "Maybe we can dance. I am, after all, a professional bridesmaid. That is one thing I can do, is dance." They dance, they have a wonderful time, and they end up kissing. Cut to 2 months later, they are walking on that park trail. Not a condo in sight. The park is saved, everybody. She has employees going and calling multiple spas. They kiss some more, and we're all better for it. And my friends, was the professional bridesmaid.
We did.
Guys, I'm really sorry about the name situation.
Yeah, that's tough.
I even went to IMDb for support, and I guess I just
Henry
did
Thomas will get
it
you.
wrong. Henry Thomas, he sure will.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back, and we will talk about this maybe even more in more detail here on Deck the Hallmark.
Deck the Hallmark.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about a professional bridesmaid. I don't know, but a professional bridesmaid nonetheless. Let's break this movie down with 4 segments. Let's start with the heart take.
The heart take.
Where
Right in my heart.
Brian comes straight from the heart and tells you exactly how he felt about this movie. Actually, not a bad name for this segment.
The heart.
The heart
Heart take?
because it's coming from the heart.
Took us 5 years.
Man,
Yeah.
5 years and just me fumbling over
up
the
your
words.
yeah.
Right.
Tell me about your heart take.
Sure, my heart, from the heart, as John Mayer intends always.
Yeah.
This documentary about weddings was shot beautifully.
Documentary about weddings.
Yeah, that's what I got from this. Mostly documentary, mostly facts.
That's how you
about
felt this movie
wedding.
was? It was like a documentary
It was
about
more
a
of
wedding.
it was a lot heavy on the wedding doc
Yeah.
perspective. It was shot very nice. Like, it looked really, really nice. Obviously, Peter Benson joint does a great job.
It's PB&J.
It was a PB&J. Usually I have problems with PB&J, but this
No,
type
not
of
this one.
PB&J. So we all know it was a wedding doc, but if it were a fictionalized romantic story, I would say that on paper, the story was structured really nicely, had some good ideas. The two leads, though, I thought they were so nice. They seemed like such nice people who just kind of got caught up in as pawns in a game between big media and big government.
Yes.
And I just felt really bad for them in that situation.
Nothing like big government being the small town of Ohio's mayor.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest
Yeah.
of governments.
Around that, yeah.
And the biggest
relative
of medias is that.
the Columbus.
Yes, it's the
online digital
Columbus. That's right. Yes.
outlet.
When you're caught between those two just giants
And
of
they're-
their
yes.
industry, there's titans.
What are you supposed to do? You know, they're forced to lie to each other and
Cheat,
keep
steal, all of it.
and sort of use their position in their position they're in. They have to. It kind of affects the interpersonal relationship that they seem to be developing pretty nicely. If this were fiction,
Yes,
that would be.
but it's a documentary,
But it's
of course.
more heavy on the wedding doc. So it was So it was just a little boring for me. I sort of wanted more drama, and so I know a documentary. It's tough. You don't know what you're going to get.
You don't know what you're going to get.
I thought that I wanted more, the ensemble cast. I wanted more of them. I felt like having the wedding party do more stuff, more scenes with them would have been a little more fun. And I even wanted more, dare I
Maybe
say.
some more talking heads, like, hey, what are your thoughts on the wedding?
Yeah, just talking about the wedding, goofing around.
More
like,
documentary.
More doc.
More
Yeah,
doc
more
stuff. Yeah,
research
yeah.
on the doc.
Yeah, just like more candid type of stuff. And I don't know if I'm going to catch a little flack for this. I kind of wanted a little more inside campaign stuff. Like
Inside baseball.
Yeah, what's going on with the campaign?
Yeah.
What is happening there? Because it was barely part of this.
Did you say this in your synopsis? Where did he end up landing on the condos?
Well, I mean,
they didn't build them.
They didn't build them, so.
Anti.
Producer Aaron.
Aaron, hello.
Do we know? Maybe he didn't get elected.
No, towards the end of the movie, he and the reporter do talk, and he gives a comment about how he is for promoting green spaces.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
And then says, I'll give you a full interview when this is over.
you think he'd want to put that out there?
Yeah.
Condos have green
That he
spaces.
likes green.
Does he say he's against the condos? Does he ever
He
say
doesn't
that?
say against the condos, but
Such a
the campaign
politician.
manager is convinced that no matter which opinion he says, that they will alienate 50% of the
50%.
vote.
I heard that whole scene. He never
Yeah.
says that. He
No.
never says anything that says he's one way or the other.
That's right.
He is
Yeah.
pro-green, though.
He's pro-green spaces.
All right, great.
Which
Of
doesn't
course
mean
he is.
anything.
Yeah, there's all those politicians who are anti-green spaces. I don't like them. Can everything be concrete? Wall to
Everything.
wall.
Yeah, it's good for a concrete business. So just overall, I wanted more drama, and I feel like if we had some boardroom campaign strategy stuff, we'd have a little more drama. So it was just okay for me.
Just
overall.
okay for Bri.
Yep, overall.
We watched this movie on Dingus Day.
Dingus Day.
Now-
You did a documentary on Dingus Day, didn't you, Brand?
Yes.
You recorded, produced it all independently.
Yes.
I've not got it. You didn't let me see it yet.
I know. Yes, I know. And I'm not going to.
You're not going
I'm
to.
not going to.
Do you have
That's
a
a-
clip?
that's a bummer.
We can
I
play?
don't have a clip.
You don't have a clip of
No.
your Dingus Day
I
documentary?
can't get into it. Dingus Day, Dingus Day. Hello, my name's Todd Dingus. This is my day. I wake up every morning at 9 a.m. I milk the cow. I throw the pig skin with tinner.
Do you ever throw water over anybody?
No.
No, okay. Just checking.
Down.
He throws the pig skin with
Tanner.
Now,
Who's Tanner?
yeah, that's his son. He's 10. He changes his nickname.
11er, 12er.
Now,
Yeah, that's Todd Dingus, everybody.
Todd Dingus, I understand now that you wanted the documentary on the history of Dingus
day
Day. I
after,
gave you
yeah.
the documentary I made years ago.
Todd Dingus.
On Todd
I
Dingus.
knew about that
Yeah.
one.
Son
yeah.
Tanner.
Tanner's now 15er. Can you
Yeah,
believe that?
15er.
Good for him.
I know.
He's gonna be
he's
driving
going-
soon.
Yeah, I know.
Grow up
He's
so
got
fast.
he's got his learner's permit.
Good for him.
Good old 15er.
15er. 15er dingus.
We watched this movie on Dingus Day, a day that I didn't know anything about. We did
right.
lots of research on Dingus Day during this movie. And I will say, the history of Dingus Day was a lot more interesting and entertaining than this movie, unfortunately. Do I like Hunter King? Yes, I've put it on the record. I love Hunter King. I really like Chandler Massey. Had a fun time with that guy. Boy, I could use swim in that guy's eyes. Am I right?
Right.
Just,
Dive right in, yeah.
let's get around the pupil.
Who are you there? What's
Swinging
going on
with
people?
school children?
Yeah.
Is he
You're the
jumping in?
magic school bus, just going in as Chandler.
But
Massey's
unfortunately, aside from liking the leads, I didn't like a lot about this movie. I did find a little bit of a snooze fest, which Dingus Day is not, by the
No.
way.
Todd would never.
So yeah, overall, just it's fine. As you know, as much as you can like two people that you like talking together, I guess. But everything else about the movie didn't quite work for me. I still don't know what a professional bridesmaid is.
It's a wedding planner.
and that's unfortunate. Dan.
Yeah, I would call this movie inoffensively bad. Like, it doesn't make any ginormous mistakes. It just is, meh. It's just
Yeah.
kind of there, and it's not doing a whole lot. It is shot well. I agree with you, Brian. I wasn't super invested. I like Chandler Massey and Hunter King just fine, but it doesn't do anything to stand out in a good way or a bad way. And so this is one of those movies that we'll fight about come ranking time, because I would probably put this movie somewhere in the middle based upon the fact that it was inoffensive. It didn't do anything for me. But where Brand likes to take the very big swings and have Fit for a Prince with Natalie Hall and a giant pink shoe on the
Absolutely.
cover in
Absolutely.
like a real movie territory, he's going to penalize this movie for not make him feel any sort of way. So
Yes.
I just kind of was like, yeah.
Was that a preview show inside of an episode?
It was a preview of a
the
ranking show in a regular episode. You're welcome.
In the same episode, we get the Todd Dingus
That's right.
doc?
In the Todd Dingus doc. That was
Yeah.
crazy. Throwing the pigskin with tenor. I just found it to be meh. Not a whole lot to write home about either way. I did have some strong opinions on her job and how bad a liar she is, and this guy's job as a journalist. We'll get to those in the Wait What's, but nothing else really stuck out to me, Brandon. Happy Dingus Day to you.
Happy Dingus Day to you as well, and to all who celebrate. We are going to get to all the feels now, where we talk about what in this movie gave us those feels. I will start with you, Brian.
Yeah, my feels was the dance rehearsal scene, which was it was shot really nice. The lighting was cool. It was so neat how they had the wall of mirrors, and they were not afraid of that. You know, they filmed like right up against it.
They weren't afraid of it.
Right. They weren't like we're gonna be sketchy here with the wall of mirrors. Like they showed the mirrors the whole time, and they just worked around it. Like did a really good job.
It's good editing.
Yeah,
really good editing.
Good job.
Yeah.
And if I could dance, then
You can dance if you want to.
if I want to.
You can
if
leave
I
your friends behind.
I could do
and
that.
you need to know
I
that.
wouldn't do
Because
that.
if your friends don't dance,
yeah,
If they don't dance,
then
they're no friends of mine.
I'll tell you that much.
right. And that's why I don't
can
dance.
dance.
That's right.
Is that reason?
can
But
dance.
if I thank you. If I could dance well, I
Right.
would have a lethal level of confidence.
Wow.
Because watching him be able to move and like not saying he can dance but doing
Just doing it.
Well, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I was just jumping in the eyes, swimming around the pupils.
Swimming around the pooples.
But man, if I could dance,
Yeah.
well,
You can.
You
if
can
I
dance
wanted
if you
to,
want to. There's no one stopping you, Brian.
one's
I don't want my, I don't be
I
not friends
haven't
of yours.
seen you dance. I
'Cause I
don't
can't.
have an opinion on
This
this
is one
matter.
of these things where Brian is doing this on purpose, and
Yeah.
we're going to be
Oh,
in some
no,
sort of
I
venue
wish.
where he has to dance, and Brian's all of a sudden just going to break out. all
Where
the
what
moves.
you don't know is that Bramblefest this year we're not doing karaoke. We're doing a dance off.
That's right. Dance
Now
off.
I have to start dance lessons.
corporate
secretly.
dance-off.
Secretly. Corporate
Guys,
dance off.
you all know this about me here in the office, but the viewers and listeners at home might not know this. I am a bike rider, and I have been riding my bike that I have that
isn't.
does have a motor on it. I've been riding my motor bike. Now, don't hear what I'm not saying.
OC disease.
It is not a motorcycle.
Don't call it
It
that.
is a bike with a motor, an electric bike, if you will.
Still going.
I have been riding my electric bike for a week, 2 weeks now. Basically anywhere and everywhere I can,
That's like me
including
taking-
calories.
It's like me taking 2 dance lessons and saying I'm a dancer.
well, including you might not know this,
dance
Brian,
lessons on like
but
an escalator.
you might not know this about me. I went from my house to the movie
I
theater.
tripped walking out of the
Brian,
studio
can
one
you
day.
shut your
I'm like,
mouth?
You guys see that dance move? I'm a dancer.
Guys,
I dance.
I'm saying all this to say this. I went from my house to the movie theater on Woodruff Road.
You went to the movies on that thing?
He
on that
saw
thing.
a movie about a bike rider.
Because you left your
Now-
wallet there, right?
That's
the-
right.
No.
No,
I
it's
went.
'cause I bailed on the movie.
That's
He
exactly
didn't have a
right.
car.
That's exactly right. And I was like, I'm seeing Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm going to ride my bike to it. And to get there, I went on a path. I went on a path.
Is this going to lead to some feels?
The
still
park
there, yeah.
slash
Oops.
path that they are on through that John Mayer's thinking about putting a house on.
Yep.
I love that. I love a good path. But the nice thing about this path is that it was like still had lots of green, which I'm in favor.
Before?
Similar to
Pro
the
green?
mayor,
Okay.
I'm in favor of green spaces. People also might not know that about me.
You're
So
a big green spaces boy.
there's not enough nice paths
Why he
that
wears a
are
green
also
shirt.
still surrounded by trees. And so that gave me feels because it reminded me of the time that I rode my bike from my house to the movie theaters. Dan?
Saying I rode my bike from my house to the movie theaters, it makes me so furious.
Well, I don't think that it should.
Because you did not do the work of
you
riding
have
a
to
bicycle.
pedal. You have to pedal the whole time, or the motor doesn't
I
work.
can't. We don't have time.
That
for
was
this.
a long way to go
the
for a
pedal-
humble brag.
That's right.
but-
Yeah.
No, the
I
pedal.
ride my bike.
The pedal. You still have to pedal, Dan.
Yeah, I had Todd Dingus feels.
Yeah.
What a
Thank
guy!
you.
What a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And aside from that, I searched my heart and didn't find nothing.
Aw.
The dancing scene was well executed. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
You were proud of me though the day that
I was.
that
When you told me, I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
even though it has a motor, you would not think it's something I would do, right?
No, well, yeah. I mean, you'd have done it with a scooter, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't have trusted scooter motor, but I would
to
have
get there.
yes.
Yeah, if you had a good scooter.
If I had a good scooter,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Yeah. But I found a path.
found a path. It got
So I
you all the
wasn't
way to Verde, right?
Got me all the way to Verde. Didn't have to go on Lawrence at
Where
all.
did you cross the Woodruff? You went up to the QT.
Yeah.
And then you went down Woodruff.
No. I did Verde. I went the back way.
back with the traffic circles.
Up to Target, and then cross Woodruff
You
there.
just crossed it.
There's a
crosswalk.
button, a crosswalk, but it takes
I've
forever.
never seen a
Those
human
lights will
being
work.
cross at the
It was
Target
me.
and Woodruff.
It was me. And then I'm just speeding my way.
Yeah.
I'm speeding my way there.
Yeah, you are. On your
'Cause
bike.
I'm a bike
that
rider.
You are pedaling.
You're
a cyclist.
I'm a cyclist.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm thinking
That's
about
what he's trying to
New Year's resolution 2024
Yep.
Tour de France.
Ooh.
Put me in one of those bike clothes.
You have a better chance than you did of making a fruitcake.
Put me on that bike. They give me some spandex.
Yeah.
Wow.
You should
Get
find
real-
a sponsor.
I'd maybe cut my hair a little bit, get a little more aerodynamic.
yeah, aerodynamic.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with the way one what the Hallmark. Here on Take the Hallmark. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Deck the Hallmark.
we should steal Brand's bike one day.
We should see what happens
That
then.
feels mean-spirited.
Or just replace it with an actual bike.
Take the motor off it.
Where's the button that makes it go?
It's not going. This is when it shifts gears for me. I'm pedaling my heart out.
No. See, the joke's on you. I don't let it shift gears. I stay all the way at the. What would it be if it said like 7? Is that lowest or highest? Gear?
Highest.
I say the highest gear because I want to actually feel something when I'm pedaling. If with the
Brandon, one speed.
And I never change gears.
Is it
'Cause I'm-
for the challenge or because it doesn't work well or you don't know how?
I don't know how. Let's talk about the wait what's. Brian?
Yeah. So the role, going back to this being a nice documentary film, the role that evil spirits used to play in weddings shocked me.
Yeah, really high up there.
I had no idea.
Go back to that well a bunch.
And in this situation where there's a secret bridesmaid, and discretion is of the utmost, which the mayor said. I believe it was him, or maybe it was his buddy, John Mayer's buddy, the campaign manager, putting a fresh face bridesmaid who nobody around knows, pairing her up with an experienced investigative journalist is like risky. I feel very risky, like not discreet at all. Like that guy asks a few questions, the right questions, and he's going to figure this whole thing out. So I was just surprised when they're talking about discretion, throwing that situation together. Also, there's a mayor's mansion. Like, I know there's a governor mansion.
There's a lot of inside baseball politics here for a small town Ohio mayor.
I feel like that was a bit much. Unless local government biz
Columbus?
is really Columbus. Sounds like it might be pretty good business out there in Columbus area. But the sketchiness around the zoning proposal was a big thing for me. Just him, like, I feel like an effort like this, like right now there's a zoning thing going on in Greenville and there's signs everywhere. Like it's a very public, transparent thing unless there's some shenanigans happening. So him being sketchy about it is sketchy in and of itself, and him not having an opinion when 50% of the population wants it, 50% doesn't. I feel like he would, especially one facing a pop-up election here, would have an opinion.
He'll pop up.
It's
election.
a
Yeah,
pop-up
election.
election. It's right next to the Harry Potter pop-up.
It's
election.
so
exactly.
hard when you
Yeah.
get a pop-up
It's
election.
temporary.
Things are going well, and then pop out of
Just right
nowhere.
there.
You gotta vote. It's
what-
unbelievable.
Mine is if 50% is his plan is to just not give an answer because he's concerned that he might lose 50% of the vote. So he thinks if he just doesn't
First of
give an
all,
answer,
There is no issue that is a 50-50 split.
Right.
None.
Start
Not
there.
a single issue.
That's right.
So start there. Second of all, someone would have done some sort of research on which side he should take.
he likes green space.
and that would
So he
allow
says.
him to win the election.
Yes.
This is the laziest Hallmark writing of politics ever. It's like, well, let's just have him not say one way or the other.
Yeah.
Just have him pick one and then try to keep it a secret.
Right. Or be upfront about it, and he's trying to convince the other side the whole time. Like, that's sort of the job, is you make a statement, you state your position, and you argue it, and like you're trying to get people on your side.
Yeah, exactly. That's what politics is. Like, but even if they didn't do that, have him in private meetings go, oh, we want the condos. We want the condos, right? How do we best go about this? Let's wait as long as we can before we go hard on it. Like something to let us know that he's given it 2 seconds worth of thought.
Yeah. And that's a big part of what I was missing. I wanted to hear this stuff that was going on. Maggie I feel like she would face a lot more questions from the bridal party in this situation, like more than just being able to laugh it off. And just in general, throughout her career, I feel like that would be a constant, and she would be a lot better.
That was one of my big ones. Does she lie every wedding?
Oh my gosh.
Because if I think so, come up with a
better
one.
lie.
Come up with one that you know a lot about.
Yes.
Like,
or anything about.
It felt like this was the first time she's ever had to lie, but then I do feel like we find out that this is what she has to do. Like
she says the whole thing is being.
But
isn't this her first one? Like in her new business, this is her first wedding of her new business, right?
No, because at the beginning of the movie, she was.
Okay, so I thought she was explaining how she turned from it being something she did to it becoming like an LLC.
So
business.
it's something she wants that she does, but she's wanting to expand.
Hire
on. She wants
money.
seed money.
Yeah, she needs to hire some more.
She's going on a Shark Tank.
Exactly, with this great idea.
Right.
Hi, sharks.
But that's a huge one. That was a huge one. Her just not being a good liar in general. If she's doing this all the time, she should have some canned backstories. Like, she should be good at this on the fly. And it felt like she was making everything up in the moment, which was kind of off. And this one was just really funny to me. The tea party scene at the end, where what are their names? Chloe, the maid of honor, was standing with the bride. They were going back and forth, and Chloe was about 1.5 feet taller than Alexis.
Yes.
And I was laughing so hard because it was like me standing next to you and them filming it without, like, she'd be up on a box. I'd be on a box.
Yeah.
Like, to have a normal conversation. Like, just shooting that thing. Maybe it just looked funny the way it was being shot, but I swear, like, the height difference, they just did nothing to address.
At all.
Which was really, really funny.
Yeah, it did feel like they were shooting it from low, too.
Yeah.
And so it made it seem like the difference was way more than it should have been.
So that was just really funny.
Yeah.
Brad, to you.
Yeah, you took most of mine. I do want to just it's okay. I do want to just harp on that she is looking for investment money to hire on multiple different bridesmaids to then go and do the thing that she does, which the only thing she says is that she has like day passes to something to give people when they start
mother-in-laws
and then they have the spa on speed dial. I just don't understand the whole business.
Well, she's got a stress ball.
Okay.
She's got extra rings.
Okay.
It's a wedding planner. It's a wedding planner that specializes in just the bride. But it's a wedding planner.
Isn't that usually how it
Yes,
works?
exactly.
Like, hey, bride, how can I help make this day? You and the groom have talked about this. Yes,
That's right. Yes.
What can I do? What can I do? That's the whole point, right?
Yeah. But I guess maybe wedding planners are so like yesterday, and so it's just
yesterday.
Hillary Hillary Duff's retired.
Investors don't want to invest in wedding planning businesses. They want something fresh and new and exciting, and this, I think, Pro Bridesmaid might be it.
Yeah, I think I'm just putting my Shark Tank hat on as somebody who loves Shark Tank almost as much as I love bike riding. I just don't know what makes this company investable for an investor and how they make their money back. The whole business was confusing to me. Dan?
Yeah, I think this movie tries to skate over the fact that basically her job is to be a professional liar. If that's the way we understand it, is that when she goes into these situations, she has to lie. And if that is the case, if it's not the case, then whatever. If it's more honest in other situations where it's like, hi, this bridesmaid's a professional bridesmaid. She's here to be in the wedding party, but also to keep all of you in line. She has spas on speed dial, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Then I guess I'm fine. If it's to go in and be incognito and undercover and all these, then why isn't she a better liar than she is? Like, the chimes sound like they do in the Godwink movies every time she's about to tell a lie.
It's a lie.
That's right. It's like, oh, what are you doing? And then it's like there's a full freeze of the movie, a little freeze boy, and then she's like, all right, let me put my liar's cap on and see if we can get to this lie. It is awkward and uncomfortable, and she's not good at it.
Right.
I do think it's weird that an investigative journalist, it takes him this long to crack this case. If you really are an investigative journalist, that's what you want to do, you would be able to figure out something's up pretty quickly. And to be honest, if you're a bridesmaid at this wedding, how have you not figured out something's going on? Like the name, all of it is very flimsy at best. You Google her, you can't find anything. The fact that they get this thing basically to the finish line and somebody overhears it at the wedding is just crazy. It's crazy to me that that's where we got to with this. There is a ping pong table at the Columbus office, and it is in a precarious location. I love a game of ping pong. I love ping pong. Big ping pong guy.
I never would have guessed.
In college, played it nonstop.
Did you ever go to class?
I occasionally, but usually I like to play the pong.
I can't believe you don't even mention ping pong. You don't even have a paddle.
Yeah, I'm almost 40, Bri. There's nowhere really for me to. I had a ping pong table that I kept in my garage for years and years, and then finally did throw it away. Wow. But if you ever want to, you a ping pong guy?
I don't know.
I've never
played
Let's get it on the vlog if we have
that's
to.
a great idea.
I love a game of ping pong. You know what's not awesome? If I was working at a desk, having a ping pong table within 3 feet of my desk. There's no way that could go wrong except for every way.
Well, you'd never get any work done. You're a big ping pong.
I'd be there. I'd be ponging left and right.
Yeah.
But also, like, just the idea of ping pong doesn't fit around office desks.
Yeah.
You got to have your own space for that. I think that's pretty straightforward. In this movie, we see 2 logos on wine bottles. One just says red wine. The other just says Chianti in big letters. So everyone's being treated at the same level of dumb in this movie.
It's Dingus Day.
Yeah.
That's true.
My big one, though, is I think, and this is sad because I think Chandler Massey should be printing this story.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that if you're an investigative journalist and your job is to uncover the truth in any political situation, this is not a situation where we see Hallmark movies all the time where it's like this celebrity's undercover and then they fall in love with the journalist who's trying to blah, blah, blah. That happens in Snow Bride. And then it's like, please don't print this. And then the person has to choose whether they love the person enough to not print it or they print it for the job. That's not what this is. This guy's an investigative journalist. Like, his job is to uncover any sort of truth about this political situation. And to have someone who is a professional bridesmaid be put as a political liaison to keep people from trying to figure out if the mayor wants the condos up or not, that's a massive story. Yeah. And he needs to print that story.
Yeah.
Period. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he doesn't shows you how unserious he is about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think it's that controversial.
That is a massive yawn.
You went for one?
I got to tell you, nothing's more encouraging when you're talking than a big yawn.
Well, it's the cotton candy blizzard.
The cotton candy blizzard's getting to you. That's
boy.
right.
That'll
Happy
happen.
Dingus Day, everybody.
Happy Dingus Day. Yesterday.
Belated.
Belated Dingus Day.
May we
of
be the
course.
last to wish you.
Yes. It's time for What the Hallmark is, where we wonder what could have been. Maybe we get some what should we still have. What are you still wondering about?
2 quick things.
Okay.
One, I think her idea to scale this by hiring physical professional bridesmaids is all wrong. I think she just...
You think she should do robots or pop
AI will take care of it. Just create a course and market it, and you just sell like a 2-hour training or a half-day training to the party.
Spas on speed dial.
Yeah, that's it. She's got spas on speed dial.
Yeah.
And it's just you build a business around that. All virtual stuff. You don't have to do it. You don't need to hire all these people and be in weddings. And how much time that must take to be... And then this... brutal. The special election being held with the mayor. I want to know what the heck that's all about. Like, is he being ousted? Why is there a special election?
That's weird.
Very weird for a mayor.
It's a weird spot to be in there when you're already mayor.
When you're already the mayor, sitting mayor.
They don't mess around in whatever city this is.
They sure don't.
Yeah.
I have 2. One, I do want to know what she charges to be a professional bridesmaid, because it is different than a wedding planner in that you're literally always with the wedding party.
Yeah.
Like, you're going and she does have spas on speed dial, so like spa time,
doing all the
dress
stuff.
time, all the things, everything. So that, I imagine that it must be pretty pricey, but it is John Mayer, so he can afford it.
Hopefully it was voter money.
Yeah, hopefully.
Constituent money.
But my last thing is I do want to know about Columbus and what type of publication is this?
Ping pong publication.
Columbus sounds like some sort of BuzzFeed gotcha fun time.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we've got all the hot buzz.
Yeah.
But The Office is big. It seems to be very, very popular. They're doing serious investigative journalism on the mayor of Columbus. So what is this thing? And is it like BuzzFeed in that they, after years of being successful at the buzzing, they get into the hard-hitting news? Is that what they've done, or has that always been the case? Am I just thinking BuzzFeed because of the word buzz? I don't know. These are all things that I'm processing through personally. Dan?
Think of.
Yeah, I want to know where the scene is on the cutting room floor where the bride and the professional bridesmaid come clean to the rest of the wedding party.
Yeah.
How did that, how do we have this movie where they get found out and the wedding party never gets told about this? It'd be one thing if they make it through unscathed, but they clearly find out that the jig is up, right? And do these women who are all in her wedding party leave thinking that Maisie really does run wineries and they just can't find her and they just think that the rest of their life? Is that really what they're thinking? And doesn't being a professional bridesmaid that's incognito run a completely at odds with running that as your business? If you see people go, hey, hi, I'm such and such, a professional bridesmaid, doesn't that kind of ruin your opportunity to be the professional bridesmaid?
And what a scandal this could create down the road for the mayor if this does come out. And all her friends wouldn't like her anymore. It's just kind of a mess.
It's a mess. It's a mess, Bran.
Though the professional wedding planners, listen, the job stops nowhere and for no one. And so sometimes you have to. You don't give it up if you don't need to. That's number one rule. You don't talk about Fight Club. That's right. And you never come clean.
Never come clean.
Unless you have to.
It wasn't me.
That's exactly right. Well, what's the point of coming clean at that point? You've done it. You've gone through the whole thing.
Because you want to be a good person?
You should know.
Okay.
No,
Sorry I mentioned it. I mentioned it.
It's time for Double Decker of the Week. It's where we Double Decker of the Week. It is where we Panda comes in and does the deep dive into one of the Double Deckers who signed up for Bridal Jam Plus, and Panda does a deep dive. Let's find out what we have today.
Take it, Panda.
Double Decker of the Week.
Oh man,
we're back with another one. Can you believe it?
Are you kidding me?
This is amazing. What is this, Panda?
Well, it's the Double Decker of the Week.
What do we do here?
Well, we have a little bit of fun. We laugh, we cry, we highlight people who are giving money.
If you want to mail us anything, you can mail it to the studio address, which is where, Panda?
115 Edinburgh Court.
No, 135 is what we're doing.
Might get here eventually.
Sweet 102, but very close.
Very close. Very close.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Let's find out who has signed up for Bridal Jam Plus to deck the Hallmark tier or higher. Dan, who do we have?
Pandan says it's Angela Rimley.
Angela
Rimley.
Salt
of the earth. I'll say that.
Oh my gosh, top of the shelf.
Not top shelf.
No, top of the shelf.
Look at the shelf at the top of
The
it.
very top of the
Right. Yeah.
She's in the app world, guys.
The app world.
App world. And I mean, that's really some
I
serious
hear that the future is with apps.
Yeah, it is.
I
love apps.
I know you love apps. So I made the app business isn't declining. It's actually the best it's ever been. It's exploding.
Wow.
I think Blockbuster Video 08.
Yeah, that's exactly right. People might think that we're using more web-based stuff, but no.
Web-based stuff.
Whatever. What do we have?
Have you guys ever tried to send money to somebody?
Yeah, like with PayPal or Cash App?
Right, absolutely.
You get it.
Are you endorsed? What was that? Why do you sound so...
You mean like if I wanted to Zelle you some money?
Hey, is that how money moves?
Zelle is how money moves.
Are you sponsored by all of them?
Yeah, I love them all, man. That's the big three. The Mount Rushmore, if you will. Just PayPal, Cash App, and Zelle.
There's another one out there?
I mean, there's a fly-by-night company called Venmo. Is that what you're Did she start Venmo?
She didn't know. She started one that I think is going to be bigger than Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal combined.
Can I just say really quickly, I am looking for a way that I can send money, but in case I end up sending money who is scamming me, that I can get that money back.
Sending money who is scamming me, what you just said.
If I'm sending money,
I am sending money who is scamming
money to someone who is
Are you a
scamming me,
bot?
I can easily get that money back. I'm not saying it's ever happened to me twice, but it would have been nice.
Brandon's been scammed.
Would have been nice.
By a scammer.
You have never been scammed.
No.
Thank you.
Would this
Someone's
happen,
made
Hal?
one of this.
What did Angela invest
Well,
for?
okay. So oftentimes we're trying to send money, but what if
Send
you're trying
money.
to take money? What if you're trying to take money?
Send
Do that
money.
with Venmo too, right?
No. But this one just specializes in taking money.
Send money.
Run away.
Take money.
Where's my cat?
Take money.
And the name of it's called Venless.
Venless.
Yeah.
So you have less money.
Yeah.
So
But
wait, you
so
can
you
take someone's money without them.
Do you have to have permission? Is it just like Venmo with a different name?
Well, we haven't ironed out all the details yet. I'm
You're
an
a
early
part of the
investor.
board.
Early investor.
Is this a robbery app?
What is robbery, though,
This would
really?
never happen on Zelle.
How money moves.
So, really quickly, Venless.
Yeah.
Promo code DECK at
You
checkout.
take money from people.
Yeah, because sometimes you want to receive the money from other people.
But that's how Venmo
Similar
works.
to Venmo.
And sometimes you want to take it from somebody who has not necessarily agreed to it.
Wow. Okay.
Like
But
if you were scammed, for instance, you could just take that money back.
So I could take it right back.
Is it an honor code situation?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Great.
And I think most people are on the up and up.
The internet's an honorable place.
Yes.
Can you send someone money?
Send money.
Or would I have to send it via Venmo, and then when I realize I'm scammed, take it via Venless?
Right.
Ooh,
Got it.
you switch over to Venmo.
It's a Venmo Venless combination.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
They're kind of like the double helix kind of thing. The Hydra.
Isn't double
Two-sided
helix like just a
monsters?
DNA strand? Is that what a double helix is?
I think it might be.
Yeah. Back to you boys in the studio. Send money.
Body's calling.
Oh,
Wow.
boy. Really good stuff.
What
Art. Thanks, Panda, for coming
man,
in, buddy.
thanks, Panda.
Thanks. We're going to be back tomorrow with another one. Until then, maybe we're the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.